succulent growers, welcome to part 6 of moving the cacti and succulents indoors and into the polytunnel for the winter months. And this should be hopefully the final one of this series. I've made a series vlogs of 1 to 6 of moving cacti and succulents either inside the house or back into the polytunnel. And today we are dealing with the ones that's just left here in the white polytunnel, and these are mostly all trichocereus cacti, all different varieties, and these have been out here in this white polytunnel all over the spring and summer and well into the fall. It is sort of now into the almost third week of November. No, sorry, second week of November. Can't forget where I am now. Into the second week of November. And it is time for these plants to actually come into our big green polytunnel that we have a heater on if it drops below 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit. The weather has been crazy mild here up until now. It's still very mild today, but apparently later this week it could drop to 2 degrees Celsius overnight. So these all have to be in one place in the big polytunnel, and then if we have to put the heater on, then it means they're all in one place. Now, I just want to mention, I mention this with all the videos, I have made a video on how to prepare your cactus for winter, and I've also made a video on how to overwinter your cacti and succulents for winter. So if you haven't seen them videos, do check them videos out. I'll link the videos down below in the video description and also up above as well. So do watch them for more information on overwintering cacti. This one here is a big Echinopsis multi-headed plant, very cold hardy. Probably will be absolutely fine if it was left here in this unheated greenhouse for the winter, but I'm going to take it in. I just prefer to have all the cacti in one place. Cereus jamakaru, different types of trichocereus varieties, some Pachanoi, some Peruvianus, some Scopolicola, many different types of hybrids, all here. And this one here is actually a Cactus Bormani that we have tied up, but that's going to be coming into our big main polytunnel. Little agave there, that's a young one, so that's going to be coming in. And a couple of Opuntias. This one I think is a Opuntia burgeriana, and that's going to be coming into the polytunnel too. These here, these big agaves, we're going to keep them in this unheated greenhouse because they're cold hardy and they're kept cold and sort of dry. They should be fine as long as they're protected from rain. And this is a very cold hardy aloe. Most aloe plants are not cold hardy, but this is a particularly cold hardy one. Aloe striatula that can take minus temperatures if it's kept dry. So I don't think it's going to drop to minus inside this greenhouse anyway, but it's going to be kept dry, so that's going to overwinter well there. But as I say, the ones I'm keeping in here, the agaves, I will keep an eye on them. And then I have a few little bits on this table here that I've just been in the middle of sorting out. Some Camaceras I've been going through doing a little bit of pruning on them, so they're going to be coming in as well. This is another Cactus as well. I think it's Cactus Bormani. Let me just double check the label. Yep, Bormani, and that one is also going to be coming into the polytunnel. So that's what I've got to work with today, guys. Going to be fun and games, and we're also going to show you how we lift the tall ones. And got lucky I got Hans to help today with this because he's stronger and taller than me. Now here I am in our big polytunnel here that we house the majority of our cacti and succulents in for the winter months. I just want to show you what has been blooming lovely here. I have an Echeveria in absolutely gorgeous bloom here, very lovely to see. And I have all my Slumbergeras that are all in bud. They're going to be blooming very beautiful very soon, as you can see there. Very exciting, and lots of buds here. Happy days. And to this floor space here, I'm just going to move the odd pot that's hanging around. Clear all this, and then I'm going to be putting the tall Trichocereus here all at the side. This big epiphyllum here, the Epiphyllum ackermanni, is going to be going where this lawnmower is, because that can go into the white polytunnel once we've emptied it. And we're going to have a lot more space in the white polytunnel to put all our soils and pots and everything like that in to be perfect. And then all the tall ones we're going to be putting at the side. And so we did a video the other day hanging up all of these epiphytic cactus plants, so they've come off the floor as well, so that's given us a lot more space on the floor. So that's what we're going to be doing, and pretty hectic. So let's get going then, guys. Let's start with the first ones. Now here is Hans, a wonderful partner, starting with the first one, which is our Cactus Bormani that we have tied up. We're going to find her. And if you're not familiar with Hans's wonderful YouTube channel, Plant Daddy, do go over and subscribe to him. I'll link his channel up above, and don't forget to subscribe to me too. Now, where do we put this? It has to be tied up because it's a very tall one, and it's sort of tall and thin, so it has to be a bit of support. So this is the first one we're going to do.
Maybe in the pot.
Yeah, actually we can put it on top of one of the pots of the other tall guys. That could work out well. Got to put the camera down so I can help Hansi a second. And that's the big Epiphyllum ackermani, and a few others pushed under the table, so it gives a lot more floor space. Hans has just brought in the first of the Trichocereus. No, sorry, this is actually a Pachycereus pringlei. He's brought that in there, the first of that one, because that's not going to be one that can take cold, so that's going to have to come into the polytunnel. And this one here, Cactus Bormani, we have got tied up there so it's not going to fall over. Now Hans comes with the next one, Trichocereus scopolycolum multi-branched here from the base.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beautiful one.
it's gorgeous. So that's the next one in. That's good. Hans is flexing his plant muscle power there. Big strong man.
Don't have to be pierced there now. It's okay.
Oh, that's good. No piercings. There we go. It's the first one. Now for some more. There we go. The next one. That's then put away, and by putting them at the back, it's sort of leaving as much floor space as we can. Now guys, we're going to show you how to move tall cactus plants such as Trichocereus or other type of cereus cactus plants without harming yourself or the cactus, of using a shopping bag, cutting it up and holding it to support the cactus. And I'm going to let Hans talk to show you how he does this. Should this help you if you have tall cactus plants you have to lift?
Cut this up on the sides so you can spread it out. This, now you can see how
that's how it would normally look, a normal shopping bag.
Yeah. Chop it up like that, so.
Cut the sides.
And then get the plant. One of the biggest Scopolycolas here. It's lovely, really lovely. We have to repot this in the spring as well. Here, as you can see, I hope.
And this helps to support the cactus because the handles, you're able to hold it. And also with columnar cacti, if you just pick them up from the bottom or from the top, the weight of them can snap. So this is a good tip when moving tall cacti, to not harm the cactus as well as yourself. And Hans has put a pole here. We've used an old broomstick, took the end off, and then that holds it, holding the base.
Too low.
What a great idea. So I wanted to do this.
Good way to. Now I can walk into town. It's a good way to transport.
It also helps with the weight as well, carrying heavy plants.
It's a really long one, isn't it?
It's a very long one, about 6 feet high.
Yeah.
Taller than Hans.
Yeah.
Oops.
If you don't count the threads.
So hopefully this method should help you guys.
There, please?
I can. I'm going to come into the polytunnel now to open it up.
Yeah. Oops.
I'm just going to film. Oh. I've also made a video on how to pack cactus when moving house as well, so I'll link that video down below if you want to know for moving house. But this method is
Rise it up here.
yeah.
And this Scopolycola is very kind because it's spineless.
It's spineless. If you're handling very spiny tall cacti, I recommend probably wrapping it in a carpet or something, or some cloth to avoid getting pierced when you first have to touch the cactus. To obviously put it into the bags, and then there you go. That's great.
So this is the method I will use, and it works very good. No one is harmed, not even me.
So great method there, and then the cactus can get put away. As I say, if you're handling spiny cactus like Hansi's there, this isn't a spiny cactus, but if it was, make sure you do protect your hands with either very thick gloves or some piece of material, like a thick material like carpet or something like that, or sheets of rolled up newspaper.
Yeah.
There we go, that's the big tall Trichoceros scopolycola put away here, and it was great with Hansi's method with the bags because it does help protect the cactus, helps to support it as well. That's good, that one's done, and now to do all the other ones.
It's a lovely top shoot on this one.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's one of the Trichoceros scopolycolas where the top got damaged a few years ago, and this is all the new growth coming from the top. Absolutely lovely cactus. So that's great. So they're coming in slowly but surely. Hey, happy days.
Ooh.
Hans is
Exercise for today.
Hans is so great lifting these. He's a star, guys, I have to say. Hard working man.
You have to take care of our plants, love.
I know.
Don't you think?
And Trichoceros are very cold hardy, but the problem here in Ireland is the dampness. And once they're all in this polytunnel, if we get any cold nights, it means when we have to put the heater or the dehumidifier on, as you can see down here, it means all the plants are in one place and they're all going to be kept nice and dry. Oh my goodness, now this one is a big guy here, and Hans is really flexing his muscles with this one. Lovely big columnar.
This fat one.
Oh, it's gorgeous, look at it. Oh, love Trichoceros cacti. And luckily these are very easy to handle because they're the ones that are very short spines. Ooh. It's great. And as I say, we're trying to put all these tall ones towards the back and at the side, which is what we're doing, because it means then it's going to give us floor space, because I have to come in here and work during the days and also when I'm filming my videos as well. So if I was to put these all everywhere, I'd be falling over them. But this is going to be great because all in one place, and then I'm trying to keep as much of the floor space as I can. This is Trichoceros peruvianus, lovely sort of blue variety here.
Direct on the floor, I think.
Yeah. Luckily they're all dry because we haven't watered any of them since September, so they're all bone dry, so they're much easier to lift than what they would have been if they'd been heavier with water. There we go. It's always good as well when you're moving plants about, whether you're bringing them from different places or into your garden, back into your garden or into the house. Always check for signs of pests.
In here.
Yeah, 10 degrees,
Nine
9 degrees Celsius, which is just under 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which, believe it or not, guys, for the middle of November is absolutely amazing because it is so mild, and we've been able to put a lot of this off for so long because of that. And happy I haven't had to worry about putting the heater on or even the dehumidifier, because we've been able to have the doors open when it's not been so windy. Plenty of ventilation coming in here for the plants. And as I say, there's still always things coming into growth and flower, such as this one, as I mentioned. And soon, in the next couple of weeks or so, we're going to have all of these Slumbergeras blooming absolutely gorgeous. I'm really excited about that. Hans just untying one of these Trichoceros, another Peruvianus variety that we tied onto this, into the greenhouse, onto the metal pole, because it's a bit of a top heavy wobbly one, and it sort of gave it support when we get the windy days, so that when the polytunnel blows, it doesn't blow the cactus over.
Yeah, this This white polytunnel is not so solid.
No, this one is not as good as our green one. Our green one is very stable, and we've got sandbags around it and big heavy water tanks to hold it down. But this one is obviously one that's a lot more flimsy. Great for the spring and summer, but not so good for the winter months.
No.
Apologies for the dog barking in the background. It's one of our neighbours' dogs. When they go out to work, the dog barks during the day. But
It's not our dog, so we can't do anything.
no, no. This is the next one we bought in. The Trichoceros peruviana is a lovely sort of blue stemmed variety. And what we've done to stop the spines from our big Pachysarius pringli piercing this one, we've got a piece of polystyrene foam there to support it, and that means it's going to be protected. I've also got a little garden tie wire as well going up to the roof to also stop it from toppling over. So a few little tips there if you have tall cacti and you're trying to put them all in the same place. Let's say this greenhouse is going to be quite full during the winter months, but as I mentioned, come spring, which will soon be here, guys, a lot of this will come back out again and be able to have lot more space again.
And here's my darling Trichoceros chiliensis.
Lovely big.
And we always used to let the weed suck up the humidity in the soil. It helps to dry them out, so we don't pick this away.
No.
Just so you know. Yeah. So it's a meaning to have these weeds in the pots.
As I say, we haven't watered any since September, but it just proves how there must still be moisture in the pot if that weed is still there, so it will help to suck it up. Great. Next one in.
Seedling of Pachanoi. 20 years ago I sowed this.
Wow, Hans sowed that 20 years ago. Trichoceros pachanoi, commonly known as the San Pedro cactus. Grown from Hans himself from seed. Big boy. We have quite a few Trichoceros seedlings that have grown from seed over the past sort of 5 years, which are all these little cuties here. Could be a long time before they're that size though. And
There it can be.
yeah, fantastic. Now here, guys, I'm going to show you how to handle a very spiny,
This is fine.
tall cactus. Yeah, as I say, with the bag method there, and Hans wrapping it around using the bag, that's a shopping bag that's been cut with the sides took off, so you're easy to grip it like that.
There we have it.
Yeah, brilliant. Bit of support. So it means you don't have to touch the spines. And then obviously, depending on how big your cactus is, it may be a 2-man or more man job. Turn it on its side. The bag helps to support the cactus as well. So it's not going, sometimes if it's very tall it can snap, but this helps to support, and the handles on the bag helps you to hold it. Hans is a big strong man.
No. It's crampy here, darling. Oh. Can you help me open the door?
Yes.
Oh. Thank you.
Guys, give this video a big thumbs up for Hans because he is absolutely remarkable. There you go. Handling a spiny cactus, tall one, without hurting yourself or the cactus. And also the bag, I'll just show you how you cut the sides off it there. And then it means you can put the cactus in, and it's easy then to hold it, support the cactus.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go. A lot more, not too many left to do now. A lot more space now, just a few left. This is my big Trichoceros grandiflorus red star that usually has beautiful big red blooms on it. And this is that was originally the big mother plant that has sort of grown like a snake. And this is how they grow in their natural habitats. But next year I'm not sure whether probably give that the chop and repropagate the top part, because it hasn't bloomed for about 3 years. I think cut it there. Treat this as a completely cutting, because it's going to be a mature cutting, and hopefully it should rebloom, because sometimes they say that the energy is going towards the pups. I repotted it a couple of years ago and all these pups have grown so much, but no sign of flowers, so hopefully next year it should bloom. That's the multi-headed echinopsis Hans is lifting. Now that's the echinopsis, big multi-headed one, all there, and that's all the Trichoceros put away, almost done. Now the big Trichoceros grandiflorus, the one that's growing like a big snake.
Over there, maybe so you can see more the way.
That's good, I'll come over this side so I can film better.
There we go.
Oh dear, the things we do for our plants, guys.
There for now. Then we can rearrange it, you know.
Yes. So that's all of them in for now anyway. Now, as you can see, I've got tons of floor space left. So I can walk into this polytunnel now and do my jobs. And every morning I come in and check for pests and things like that and do what I need to do. And it also means I've got space free if I want to set the table up to film my videos and that. But I may rearrange some of these. You know what I'm like. I can't stop rearranging things. I love it. But it looks pretty good for now. And as I say, it's only to overwinter them all. There's plenty of space. I made sure I've left space so I can get to the tables, so I can still get to the plants to do any jobs and check for pests. And also so I can still get to this table here to do things. It's a bit tight, but I think we all like that this time of year. I think we're all having to put our plants where they have to be for the winter quarters, and they should do pretty much okay here for the winter months. And then now I'm practically done now. I might rearrange, as I mentioned. I have a few rearranging to do inside the house as well with the house plants, and then I'll make sure I do an end of year update with the plants before the new year. Now that's the white polytunnel all emptied, except for the winter hardy agaves there and the very cold hardy aloe striatula. And these agaves, as I said, they're all going to be kept dry and the aloe over the winter. Should be absolutely fine in this unheated greenhouse because it's going to be protected from rain. But I will keep an eye on them, see how I go. And if it forecasts any minus temperatures, I can throw some fleece cloth over them. And we've got all this space now. And we've got some sort of seedlings, some garden plants and that there. And it also means we can put our lawnmower in here as well, and our bags of soil and other things. So we can use this over the winter to our advantage. Woohoo, that's the plants all put away, all the Trichocereus now, all away for the winter rest. And as I say, that is all of the plants now, all done for the winter. The ones I've had to move inside the house are done, and all the ones that was in the yard and in the white polytunnel are now all into this big greenhouse for their winter rest. And as I mentioned, I do have a dehumidifier when the air gets very damp, and I also have a heater that I use if the temperature drops to below 5 Celsius, 41 Fahrenheit. But it's been very, very mild so far. I haven't had to worry, which has been great. And it just means everything's all set up now and ready when, well, ready for the spring, really. They can just overwinter here nice for the winter months, and I can relax now all this is done. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. As I say, if you want to know more about overwintering cactus and also how to prepare your cactus for winter, do check them 2 videos out. They'll be up above and down below in the video description. If you haven't done already, please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And for more growing tips as well as regular articles, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to wish you all an amazing plant-powered day. Such a relief to get it all done, guys.